Hi, I'm Corazon de Baena. If you haven't seen Oxventure before, I'm kind of the main character, the main one.
I'm Egbert, the Dragonborn Paladin, and I'm the 5th main character.
I'm Jane. I play Prudence, the Tiefling Warlock, bringing that protagonist energy, living my Warlock fantasy. Thank you.
And I am Merylwyn, the Wood Elf Druid, and I'm just happy to be here.
And I'm Luke. I normally play Dob, but Johnny was unable to be here today for this session. They send their love, and I have their notes, and they asked me to step in as GM. So yes, this is Johnny's campaign that I've got in front of me here. Any enjoyment of the next 2 hours should be attributed strictly to Johnny.
It just says kill Egbert on your...
Yeah.
Literally all it says.
Of Egbert.
Act 1, Egbert's funeral. The sun is setting on a life poorly lived. Oh, sorry. Sorry, that was a little harsh, wasn't it? Okay, folks, the adventure begins in a tavern, as it always has, as it always will, called the Surprise Inspection. The Oxventurers, such as they are having a round of drinks.
Such as they are.
Because Dob isn't there.
Dob's not there.
Feels like something's missing.
I
Specifically, Dob is doing a little bit of international travel and is still en route to catch up back with you. But for now, you're gathered around a table in the Surprise Inspection. You've ordered a round of drinks, as per usual, when a small girl approaches the table, stares directly at you, Corazon, and says, "Are you Corazon de Baena?"
Oh, I'm not falling for this again. No, I'm not your father.
Not another paternity suit.
Oh, prove it, I say.
Oh, okay. And out from behind the girl, an even smaller little boy steps.
Oh, God, there's 2 of them.
She
DNA test or you're not getting a single doubloon, I say.
She turns around to the little boy and says, "Oh, Timmy, I suppose we shall have to find an even braver dread pirate to help us today,
Well, that was easier than it usually goes, actually.
and to
They're off.
receive our bounty of sweet gold."
Yeah, so, bye-bye.
They begin to walk away, and the little boy just turns to you just before he goes, and he says, "Please." And you get the sense that he's asking not just for him. Please. And he does a little cough. And as he coughs, you hear his pockets shake, and there's the familiar jingle of gold and rubies in there.
Really working this one, aren't you?
The familiar jingle of rubies.
Yep. Egbert, you sense he might also have some atonement in his pockets, and
Oh boy.
Merylwyn,
Got that child!
you notice strapped to his back there's a huge bow, like it looks like sort of purple drop kind of thing, and Prudence, he has tentacles.
You know what? I think we should hear this kid out.
I think we should turn him
And his
upside
little
down
pal.
and shake him out. Like a loot pinata.
Yeah, this has got to be the easiest loot you ever get. Just turn him upside down.
All right, fine. What
Corazon, you love sweet gold.
do you want, child? I'm trying to drink this drink.
So you are Corazon de Baena.
Is that how it's pronounced? I thought it was Ballina.
You've heard me pronounce it hundreds of times.
All right. Never noticed.
Yeah, that's me.
Benefit.
Yeah.
I see.
Someone's going to be benefiting. We're not yet clear on whether it's him.
Oh, it's very clear, Egbert.
Okay. I just believe in love.
As Fuddlestuff writes in the final answer, a little mechanical red flag goes ding up on the edge of his notebook.
Red's good, right?
Yeah, that's a good sign,
good.
right?
It's
Red
good
flags
for
are
me
great.
because I'm paid by the hour. I'm afraid I have to say that the guild's answers in this case have not been satisfactory. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on this Dob character, but I'm afraid I must say that if this Dob character is not expected to return by the end of business, which is, gosh, only 10 minutes, then the guild will have to submit an extension form if you want to delay the audit for 10 working days. Do you wish to submit the form?
Yes, please.
Right, very well. In order to submit the form, you must retrieve it from the Dungeon of Temporary Extension. If you'll line up behind me, I am obliged to accompany you, though I must not aid you in any way, so please don't ask.
Is there a dungeon of permanent extension?
You're funny. I'm writing that in my book. I'm thinking of doing stand-up. It's going in the tight 5.
It's amazing, isn't it? Dungeons and Dragons can be literally anything you want it to be. Just fantasy, mindscapes, infinite possibilities, and we're doing tax forms.
Dungeon of permanent extension. Right, this being, as it turns out, a GIORS pub, the entrance to the dungeon is just in the wine cellar. So Fuddle Stuff leads you behind the bar to a sort of trap door in the ground and taps his foot on the ground and it springs open boing, like that. On the inside of the trapdoor, now that it's open, you can see there is a brass plaque that reads, "Caution! Death awaits all those who lack the same qualities of a good bookkeeper's ledger. You have been warned." So who's going first?
Treasurer, right?
Yeah, the treasurer, surely.
Yeah, I'll go. I have a look around. I have a little peek in.
All right. You peek your head down inside. It's a stone staircase descending. You can't see any doors coming off of it, but it is extremely dark and foreboding and a little bit damp, it has to be said.
Yeah, good thing I can see in the dark with my dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
With your dark vision,
Yeah.
you can see down to the end of this, past the steps, there is a long stone corridor, and small in the distance, you can see a little grey rectangle that looks like it could be a door.
Gonna slowly walk towards the grey rectangle and having a look out for any traps. and
Okay.
such.
Make me a wisdom perception check, I guess.
It's a 7, thank goodness. And, well, 15.
15. You expertly spot that there are no traps in here.
We're fine. Let's go, team.
All right.
Okay.
As you get closer to that door at the end, I assume we're all at this point down. Fuddle Stuff is leading up the rear, kind of behind. Who's at the back?
I can't see anything in the dark, so I'm like holding onto Egbert's shoulders.
Right.
Like this.
Great.
I guess I'm holding on to Prudence's shoulders. Are we doing the conga thing with
Yeah,
the
we're
feet as
congering.
well?
And
Yeah,
Prudence,
yeah.
you're holding on to...
Yeah. Got a
Marilyn's
hand on
shoulders.
Marilyn.
Okay. So it sounds like Corazon's at the back, so
I
Fuddle...
don't know
Actually,
why,
I'm
because
just
I can
gonna-
see in the dark, so I don't need to.
You can all see in the dark.
And you can see in the dark.
Right.
Egbert.
Okay, I'm just going to hold on to Egbert's tail, like
Okay.
a lead.
And Fuddle Stuff is just going to hold on to the tails of your... I assume you're wearing a fairly ornate, lengthy coat.
You assume correctly.
Do you want to describe it in detail?
No.
How tax deductible is it?
As Fuddle Stuff gets his
Nice
hands on
try,
the material.
Fuddle Stuff.
Is this crushed velvet?
No, actually, it's a kind of sackcloth. Very cheap, very cheap.
I see.
I have very little income.
You proceed down to the end of this corridor, and you get to what in fact is not a door. This grey rectangle is a large stone that, as you approach, slides up with a grating noise to reveal an opening within. Looking inside, because you can all see in the dark. This one's lit by sconces on the walls, but you can't see too much else from here because it's a little turn into the room proper.
I mean, how bad could it be? It's a stupid tax dungeon. It's probably not going to have any monsters or
Tax
traps or
dungeon
anything.
does sound bad, though.
Yeah. Probably there'll just be some old filing cabinets or something. It can't be that bad. I walk into the room and look around and see what's up.
Great. As you walk in, Corazon, is everyone going in, or just Corazon?
I'll go in right behind him.
Yeah, I'm coming in. Why not?
Hang
In for a
back.
penny.
You'll hang back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep one back just in case
Yeah.
everything.
3 canaries in the mine, and yeah.
Makes sense. The Oxventure Guild's going to be a lonely place with just Dob and yes, as you walk into, as the three of you follow you in, Fuddle Stuff, by the way, does come in and turns around to look at you, Prudence, and says, are you coming or not? The test is supposed to begin.
Oh, okay. Yes, fine.
The door is automated, so it will
I'll be
crush
stuck out
you.
here, will I? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Then fine. Fun
Right.
stuff, let's go.
As you all file in, the stone behind you go... duk, 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 duk. Oh, that sounded good.
Ooh.
Maybe the first time there.
Yeah, and settles behind you with a sort of very final thud. But at least now, you can see the room properly. Fuddlestuff rubs his hand together and says, "Ah, yes, this is one of my favorites. It's the test of good organization." As you look out on the room, it's a large room with what could best be described as an enormous pit in the center of it. But running horizontally across the room are 3 planks with a central sort of spine down the center. They're seesaws
Over a pit.
over a pit.
Okay.
Now, this test of good organization will test exactly that, your organization. All we have to do is make it across to the other side.
Okay.
Right.
So the seats of the seesaw are currently resting on the ground.
No, there are no seats. These
Or the
planks are sort
ends of the planks.
Yeah, these planks are suspended over a vast pit.
Okay, but so the edge of the pit, there is a plank touching the edge of the pit, or they're out in the middle of the pit?
They kind of fill the length of the room. So if these are the walls,
Okay.
the planks are like this. Be careful not to fall, guys, says Fuddlestuff.
Oh, okay.
I see.
I get it.
I see how it is.
Nice.
So what's stopping us from just walking across the planks?
Glad you asked. That large central spine in the middle, it goes right down the center, and it's covered with spikes. Fearsome ones. The worst kind.
I see. Egbert, can you just teleport across?
How big's this pit?
Oh gosh, let's say 35 feet.
Damn it!
What is the range?
What if I run and jump 5 feet and then do it?
I'm as excited as anyone to see what happens. Yeah. Do you want to do that?
Why not?
Yeah, cool. All right, so let's see. It's Misty Step, right? Your
It is
teleport
Misty
spell?
Step, yeah.
Okay, you don't have to roll anything to do that, do you?
Not as far as I know.
Okay, so let's just make this a roll for the run and jump.
The run and jump, right?
It's the triggering the spell at the furthest point forward.
Yeah,
thing. All right, so make me a strength check.
Yeah.
While he's
What kind of
doing
strength check? Are we talking athletics here?
Um,
Feels athletic to me.
yeah, strength athletics if you like.
Great. Love me a proficiency bonus.
Let's say, do you want to know what you want to beat?
Yes. Because it adds tension.
All right. 18.
18?
Oh.
To jump 5 feet? Have you not seen my powerful dragonborn thighs?
Have you ever seen?
I've probably got vestigial wings somewhere as well, haven't I?
You want? Okay. Do you want to try and use your vestigial wings in there?
No.
to help you? Well, maybe someone can help, Egbert.
What? Someone could give me a boost.
Well, I was going to say,
Let's listen to the treasurer.
like, I think the idea here is, if I'm imagining it right, there's 3 seesaws like that either side. And so they want us to go, duh, duh, duh. There's 4 of us. So we kind of want to do that. So if Egbert fails his jump, I would like to be on the other side, ready to, like, jump in and try and land on the other side so he doesn't just go and down.
I look forward to you trying to counterbalance a 7-foot-tall dragonborn.
As
I
you're-
can turn into a bear.
Right, okay, cool.
As you're laying out this extremely reasonable point, Merylwen, Egbert in the background just.
I'm going to roll it. Let's see what happens.
Yep.
That is a critical 1.
Merylwen, as you're explaining that in this room of seesaws, what you might want to do is try and counterbalance the whole party cleverly, assessing everyone's weight so that you can all get across safely and step at the same time. Just out of focus in the background, you see the huge form of Egbert just doom, 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 doom. Unfortunately, do your shoes have laces? They do now. The laces come undone just before you jump. The vestigial wings actually do sort of flop out. But they spread but do nothing.
You flap up into his face, obscuring
your vision, and you flop into the hole, hitting your head on the way down. You fall for a very long time.
I cast Featherfall on Egbert.
Thanks. Okay. Yeah, Egbert, you... yeah. Everyone else, you hear Egbert scream. It's like... Fades away to nothing. You all stand around in an appalled silence, and then a few moments later... a portal opens up just behind you, back on the platform, And Egbert boom, impacts down because it took as long to fall as Featherfall takes to wear off. But we'll say you only took damage from hitting your head.
Okay.
Roll me 2d10s.
2d10s, all right.
Hang.
This could be just 2.
It's 4 and 9.
All right. Okay, yeah. You're slightly sort of bruised in the
Okay.
jaw.
Fair.
Okay.
Okay.
What we should do is split ourselves into 2 groups of equal weight, and then all jump simultaneously
Yeah.
from seesaw to seesaw.
Yeah.
See, organization.
Yeah.
That's
what I said.
That was Merylwyn's idea.
Yeah, but I think it's a good idea. I think we should do it.
Okay. Thank you, Corazon, for
Corazon's
backing me
right,
up.
says Fuddleston.
Yeah,
Good idea.
yeah, Corazon's right, says Corazon.
I've had a head injury, so I'm like, Corazon's right.
I'm sorry, I understand the layout of the room now that Luke drew it for me.
Yeah. So.
We've also got to take this gnome with us.
Thank you.
So,
Okay.
gnome plus one of us. Balance that with another party member.
With Egbert, maybe Corazon.
How much do you weigh, gnome?
What a personal question. Metric or imperial?
Metric. I didn't know we used the metric system here in Geth, but yeah. Anyway, one gnome.
20 kilograms.
Okay. Right, treasurer.
Okay, I think Corazon, if you have, you've probably got enough gold in your pockets as well to add to the.
I'm
weight.
sorry, what was that? Says
No, Merylwyn, I have no gold in my
Oh no, you're right.
my humble pocket.
It was we substituted them out for gravel. You wanted to build up your core strength.
We didn't have any gold in the first place, though, because
no.
I have no income, as I've explained.
You gave it away to the orphanage in town.
It was so what you're saying, it was a tax deductible?
Yes.
Yes, that's absolutely. Well,
You
surely,
certainly
like
are
the
good
3
to
of us
orphans as
and
a
a
guild.
gnome together will probably weigh about what Egbert weighs, because he's a giant dragon man in plate armor.
Yeah?
Or I could be Bear.
She could be bear.
That's true. How much does Bear weigh? How much do Bear weigh?
About an Egbert.
About 1 Egbert.
Roughly
Yeah.
1 Egbert.
Actually, Egbert
Okay.
might need the gnome.
Well, then Prudence and the gnome probably weighs 1 Corazon.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
okay, we'll go.
Okay.
We go 2
Right.
by 2.
Yeah, we'll go. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
I'm gonna
Yep.
bear.
right, I think I've got it.
I seize the gnome.
Bear with me.
Okay, so yes, Merylwyn, Prudence, and gnome
Okay.
go one side.
I hold him like a football.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Actually, I've put myself with Egbert now. I've realised of the.
Think heavy thoughts.
I mean, he's already fallen into the pit once.
Okay. Let me physics this for you. Here's the thing about seesaws. It's
imagine
a pivot,
maths.
right?
Yeah.
Maths. It's a pivot. If you are further away, then you exert more leverage. If you're closer to the pivot, you exert... No, if you're closer to the pivot, you exert more.
So I should
One
get
way or
close
the
to the
other.
close to the fulcrum,
Yeah.
and then you can be further out.
I think we're gonna. Both sides are gonna weigh the same thing, and we're gonna jump onto the same point and just go down.
As long as you weigh the same, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. Pretty sure. I guess we'll find out.
You've played Fall Guys. You just feel your way, right? You
Let's just
feel-
yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do
okay.
it.
This seems like a good balancing. To be honest, it sounds like you've really thought about it. So let's lower the acrobatics check to all jump at the same time.
You're suggesting I didn't think about my great plan to jump and teleport.
I would never, ever suggest it.
Just heavily imply it.
Just
So
heavily.
this is dexterity.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a dexterity acrobatics check for everyone. Just don't whiff it. I don't want anything under a 3, let's say.
9.
14.
17.
6. It's more than 3.
14.
14. Great. You all hop at roughly the same time onto the seesaw. It gives a bit of a lean towards the Egbert Corazon side.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Yeah, shimmy.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Yep, you shimmy just a little bit inwards, and it sort of levels out. We won't make you roll for the remaining 2 planks, because it sounds like you've completely got this sussed. So after a few more hops, and one more time, like that, you will find yourself on the other side of this
release
terrifying
the
pit. Thank you, and well done. I've never seen anyone pass the test quite so brilliantly.
Great. So we don't have to pay any tax now, right?
So I'm not going to have any more room in my tight five if you keep busting out these hilarious gut busters. Don't have to pay tax now because I did the first test. Very funny.
All right, fine. Let's continue on this tax dungeon.
There is indeed a door in front of you. It's another stone door. And as Fuddlestuff approaches it, up it goes.
Okay.
Now, having all adjusted to the darkness, the light in the next room that you can see even through this small stone aperture is quite blinding. It's almost like it's bright daylight inside. And as you proceed in, that's not the only thing assaulting your senses, because there is also the sound of quite sweet music, quite chill. And as you come out in, you know something odd underfoot is that sand. And as your eyes adjust, you get a view of this room. By the way, behind you, that was the right distance, wasn't it?
That's great. Yeah, nailed it.
Next time. You get a look at this room. The ceiling is painted blue to look like the sky, with clouds along it. Blue fading into a beautiful purple horizon where there's a sun painted on one wall. The ocean is painted along one side, and some sand dunes along the other, over on your right. And there's a sort of painted lapping waves along one edge of the room, going into the sand that you can all feel underfoot. And around the room you can see a large number of kobolds. We've encountered kobolds before. Do we all remember what kobolds are?
Mm-hmm. Little goblin-y things, right, or something?
Funny, friendly little rabbity rat creatures.
Got it.
Humanoids. In a set of them are over in a corner, playing instruments, kind of very chill, kind of slide lute kind of feel. Some others are just sort of standing around having a lovely time. There's a fire pit in the center of the room, and one kobold actually comes up to you with a tray of drinks.
Thank you very
Put
much.
my
I say.
muzzle straight in one then.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They have like
This-
umbrellas in them. Little umbrellas. Great. Perfect. I'll have one.
This is the kind of room I can get behind. Cocktail
Is this
drink.
some sort of like Cayman Islands simulation?
Yeah.
Are we in a
This is where all the
taxi?
money's kept.
Yeah.
Some kind of haven, you know.
Yeah.
What's the test here, Sigmund?
This
Press up.
this is the test of the spine.
Excuse me.
Says Sigmund, but Sigmund is actually being led away by one of the kobolds to sit round the fire pit,
Oh.
and is being bought some
no.
sliders on a plate, which he starts shoveling into his gob. Better than ever. You must try some of these. Come sit.
Okay, is this the test? How many sliders we can eat? Because
Yep. Put me in, coach.
my boy here.
He's ready.
Yeah.
I think I know what it's going to be.
What is it going to be?
How good are you at limbo?
Super good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I sit down in the sand next to Sigmund.
Brilliant. You all
I've
sit.
got your number, Sigmund.
Okay, says Sigmund. He's just chomping down sliders.
Okay.
You all sit round this fire pit. More drinks are brought. In fact, there's a little bit of time passes. You can have a chat. You might call it a short rest, if anyone needs that. But after a little while, what do you talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Talk
Let's
about
check
all
in.
of my legal income that I declare.
Go on.
Oh, really? At the end of the day, I'm not really left with anything for me. What with all the orphans that I
Oh,
help.
Yes.
Yeah.
This guild is quite known for helping orphans, it seems.
Yeah,
The orphans of Guest must love the Oxventurers Guild.
Yeah, and you know,
I have to pay 100% tithe to my church,
yeah, same.
the Church of Cthulhu. So I have nothing left for the tax gnome.
Oh, the Church of Cthulhu.
Yes.
Interesting.
Boots are actually they're an work expense for a pirate because you need really good ones. Otherwise, all the other pirates laugh at you.
You couldn't be expected to walk around on the deck
Well, exactly.
unshod.
Thank you. What if they were a splinter?
What if there was? This is
Get in my foot.
What if we were declared legally dead for tax purposes? That's probably a
Could
thing.
be arranged.
Dead men pay no tax. So,
That's what they say.
what's your excuse, Melvin?
Oh, the thing is, like, I don't I don't take ownership of any.
You can't, like, own money, man.
Exactly. I take care of it. I know, I know how to do the books when I'm, given the incomes from people. But I'm just, happy out in nature and just bothering wildlife, really.
Yeah. So anyway, this has been a wonderful dungeon. Really enjoyed it. So shall we can leave
Back
now?
where we came?
Yeah.
Why are we leaving? This place seems lovely. You know, we've got the sun, the beach, the umbrella drinks.
Oh, we
Why don't we
can't
just
go
stay
back
here?
the way we came.
Yeah, there's seesaws.
Not before the test.
Oh yeah. What was the test exactly?
I
again?
think, by the way, Fuddle Stuff's had a few too many of
Right,
whatever drink they're offering. Well, there it is now, he says, and he points. And indeed, a few kobolds bring out some sticks, plant two
Yes.
Well
in the
done,
sand
Courage.
like that,
I'm
and
ready.
place another horizontally across the top of it.
Start
Yes.
doing some back bends and warm-ups.
At a limboing sort of height.
Yes.
All of the kobolds cease their duties. The band stops playing.
Okay.
And all the kobolds, you can tell they're really excited. And they all come gather round in a circle. And they all start chanting, "Spine, spine, 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 spine,
It's creepy.
Yeah.
spine, spine,
Creepy thing to chant. Kobolds.
spine,
Right, spine. I get it.
Are they going to play some music for this? Going to get some. Ah, right. Okay.
Just silent limbo on the chance. Okay, cool.
One of the kobolds grumpily stumps back to the drum kit and sort of sets up a kind of...
Who's got the spell like liquefy spine? Anything we can?
Can you do that sort of
Fair on
exorcist
this.
spider walk type thing where you go backwards? And
I can do it.
That feels like that would be within Prudence's skill set.
It's more like up walls and across the ceiling,
Right.
Yeah.
along the beach.
It's a pretty typical pirate downtime activity. Limbo. We just set up on a beach when we're moored up.
Got proficiency in limbo.
I would like to limbo under the bar, please.
All right, the bar is set to about nipple height. Cool, all right, so Corazon, you're going first. Going with the limbo. All right, make me
A limbo check.
maybe a limbo check. I think this has got to be another acrobatics check, hasn't it, really? Bum,
So what, dexterity?
bum, 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 bum.
23.
Yeah. Oh,
23. Yes, Corazon basically folds in half backwards. He looks like a Tetris piece. Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. All the kobolds are just loving it. They can see very clearly that you're going to make it easily.
Yep.
Spine, 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 spine. They're delighted. Corazon, you make it through to the other side, and you come back up to your
And that's why I shouldn't pay any tax, I say.
and the delighted kobolds who are standing either side of the sticks go spine, 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 and take the stick and lower it about the best part of a foot.
Whoa.
Wait, do we all have to do it?
Yeah, it was easy. Come on. What's wrong with you, I say?
I feel like I should go next because
Yeah, size-wise.
like just size-wise, this
Tallest.
is. All right. What do I do? What do I roll?
Dum, 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 dum. Again, Dex acrobatics check. This time beat a 15.
I did not beat a 15. I got a 9.
Oh dear. How does it look, Egbert? You describe your failed limbo.
I ate too many sliders, and the curve of my belly just dislodges the pole slightly. I go under.
I cast Mage Hand and grab the pole with my invisible hand and hold it in the air as Egbert goes under it.
Make me a stealth check. Let's just hear the number.
15?
All right. Yes, the pole holds. Some of the kobolds who are closer to it go and look at their drinks and go.
I give one of them a little nudge in the eye with the edge of the pole.
Yeah, but the drumming slows down suspiciously, like dum 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 bum bum bum, as all the kobolds are you, Egbert? Dum 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 bum bum bum. But you have indeed made it out to the other side,
Great.
which the kobolds are broadly pleased with, and they take it down another foot. Spine, 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 spine.
I'll
give
take
it
the
a go.
last one.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Okay, I shimmy up to the limbo pole.
Dex acrobatics. This time 18.
18.
Yep, it's like kind of at hip height now.
Oh, no.
It's a serious limbo you're about to attempt.
18. All right. Can't look. Oh, it's a 10.
Plus?
Oh, I don't have acrobatics. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, all right. It's an 11. Luke, it's an 11, which is
Super
still
worth adding that
less
extra
than
one there.
18.
I knew what you were adding. I don't know why I did that.
Forgot about my +9 acrobatics.
Yeah, you sort of size up the limbo pole, and as you kind of wiggle under
Do I
it,
hook it on these horns? Look how perfectly these
Yeah.
will catch my pole.
Yeah, you could easily collect a pole with
you
that.
do make it under, and you think you've done it, but then when you stand back up, the pole your horn fires forward and hits a kobold in the head.
It's not all bad.
Oh,
The mood changes.
Darn.
Oh, no.
oh no.
The drumming becomes a bit more sinister. Boom, 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 boom. And all the kobolds start chanting, redo, 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 redo.
Right, you get a redo.
The pole is put back. You see some of the kobolds kind of like, you can see that some of them are holding axes behind their back. Redo, redo.
Damn, all right, kobolds.
Dum, 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 boom.
Can we huddle for a second?
Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah, we can huddle.
I got nothing for this. What do you got?
Do your...
My horns come off. Are you going to say to my horns come off?
No.
Screw, I think.
I just, maybe you could unscrew them and put
How
them back
dare
on.
you? How very dare you?
Okay.
Oh,
Come on.
pass
come
without
through,
trace, +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks, but I don't know whether it's a dexterity stealth check.
Ooh. How about,
I'll allow it.
The
How
mage
about-
hand check was a stealth.
while they're distracted, I steal the pole, and then minor illusion a pole onto there,
Yes.
so you can just go through it.
Illusory pole.
Illusory pole.
Okay, let's steal the pole. How
Yeah. All right. Prudence, make a distraction.
I do a hula dance.
Okay.
Kobold.
Not what I was expecting.
I kind of want to say charisma persuasion. Yeah.
Feels like it.
I got charisma
Or is this
for
intimidation?
days.
No, charisma persuasion.
I'm going to go with my massive charisma.
Let's see how this
Charisma performance, maybe.
I don't
Yeah,
have performance, but all right, that's going to be a 19.
19.
A hula,
Yeah.
19 out of 20 hula.
The kobolds are like, redo, redo, redo. Ooh. As you start to hula exceptionally gracefully. In fact, everyone, including Corazon, in fact, you're distracted as well before you remember what it is you're supposed to be doing while everyone's looking.
Right. I take the pole and I bury it under the sand.
Okay, cool.
And then I cast minor illusion to create a facsimile of the pole that is non-corporeal.
All right, brilliant. Everyone's still looking at all eyes on Prudence.
Yep. I've used all my moves.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-ba-ba-bum.
Ready.
Okay.
Redo, redo.
Redo. I know. Redo. All right, kobolds. Okay, I shimmy up to the pole. I bend over, bend backwards, and yeah, shimmy under it. And at the point where my horns would catch on the pole, you'd have to be looking really closely to see that they actually pass through the illusory magic pole.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, yes.
Because Merylwyn has already cast. No, wait, we're not doing the stealth check. Okay, we're just doing the illusory pole.
Yep, no need to roll for this because the hula was so great. Yep, that exactly happens.
Yes.
Again, you get like, there's a suspicious vibe amongst the kobolds as they see
Prove it, I say.
as they see that some of them like looking really closely at the pole and then at your horns. They could sort of consult with each other like,
I didn't know you spoke kobold.
Speak all languages.
Okay.
it's the same as thieves' cant.
Yeah. They don't want it getting out, but it's just kobolds.
Right.
Prudence, you are now stood on the other side of the limbo pole with
Cool.
Egbert and Corazon. And
Prudence, do another hula dance for distraction, because minor illusion only lasts a minute.
All right,
Dun,
I
dun, 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 dun.
start crunking. Do you want to roll for crunking?
yes, I think you'd better.
All right. Is it charisma again? Because this time it's 20.
20, okay. At first the kobolds are like, this so good. But then actually is...
They're refreshed by my new moves.
You know, what are the fresh new moves?
I don't know how to crunk.
She's just Soldier Boy cranking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
While she's doing that,
Expertly crunking.
They're more confused than
Same, yeah.
entertained this time.
Hey, kobolds, look this way, I say. No, keep looking, eyes on me.
Yeah. While that's happening, I hook a foot underneath the pole under the sand. I kick it up into my hand and place it back on the thing. Because the minor illusion only lasts a minute. I can't.
I thought you were going to recast it.
Well, I'm rapidly running out of spell slots. I don't know. Merylwen could maybe manage it on her own. I don't know.
Oh, Merylwen's got this. Okay, fine.
All right, the pole, now that the kobolds go and they are immediately reassured when they grab the pole because they can tell that, oh yes, no, this is the pole we used to. And they take it down a bit.
Okay, how low down is it now?
It's sort of, Merylwen on you, it's kind of like halfway up your thigh.
Are you still a bear?
No.
You're not? Okay.
But now,
I was going to say that might be a problem.
well, I turn into a duck.
Inspiration, of course.
I go up to it, and then I'm like... neck all the way back.
Waddle under it.
You waddle proudly under the limbo pole. The kobolds go... One of them runs behind a desk and comes back with a big rule. And yeah, just behind you, the next stone door does indeed open. All right.
Yeah. What she quacked. Let's go.
Follow the duck.
Yeah, I waddle over.
Yeah.
First, I have a little swim in the fake sea. Have a little...
The duck is swimming, says Fuddlestuff. He's been on the hard Fuddlestuff, frankly. He was drinking the whole time you were limboing, and now he's sort of swaying gently. Next room, next test.
Let's go.
Let's go! Oh, you said that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You walk out into the third chamber. In front of you is a wall. By the way, the door behind you. Okay. The wall in front of you, there are sort of sconces in the wall. It's dimly lit. The party vibe has gone.
Oh.
Everywhere on the wall, mathematical equations are scrawled
Oh.
Oh no.
in a sort of odd, crabbed hand. And Fuddlestuff sort of whispers to you all, "Oh, I'm always a bit scared of this bit."
What? Why? Why that?
Why? It's the Great Maze.
The Great Maze?
The Great Maze.
But it's just numbers. There's no maze. It's just numbers.
Look closer. As you look, you see that actually down the end of this wall, there are two paths that go whoop, whoop, like that.
I look up and see if there's a ceiling.
There is a ceiling.
Damn. I
Or
can't fight.
we're gonna Google Earth it or something. Yeah, you are within an enclosed stone chamber. The walls of this labyrinth are all covered in mathematical equations. And Fuddlestuff says, within this labyrinth is the form that we... Sorry. That smelled a bit. Apologies if it registers. Within this...
Straighten up, you drunk, I say. Slap him across the face.
Ah! He makes a note. Was slapped by pirate. Within this maze is the form that we're looking for. The form of temporary extension. But first we must make it through the maze. And survive what lies within.
Have you been through this maze before?
Oh, many times, yes. Once a day, usually.
So you know the way out?
Well, yes. But I'm not allowed to assist you, am I? I think I made that perfectly clear.
What if we tortured the gnome,
I was just thinking that.
right?
Yeah. Egbert, torture torture?
It's not really my thing, to be honest.
All right.
Working
well,
on this whole atonement thing.
Just turn around, I say, pulling a stiletto knife from my boot.
Fuddle Stuff is sort of doesn't notice this huddle you're having, is kind of humming the tune that was playing in the last room. The maze, the great maze. Watch
Right.
for the mino-calculator.
Oh, before we torture this guy possibly to death, does anyone know maths?
Let's all have
There's
a good
maths
look
on
at
the wall.
equations. Yeah, can we all study the equations on the wall?
Maths isn't really my strong point, to be honest. I struggle to add my additional attack. So,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, who's having a go at cracking the code that's scrawled along the walls?
I
Yeah.
investigate the wall.
Quack the code.
No, no.
Minus 1 inspiration. Plus 1 inspiration.
Yeah.
Does maths count as a language?
come
No.
on.
No!
Yeah, you weren't expecting that, were you? No.
I thought, I thought he was going to be a soft touch. Sadly not.
Yeah.
I make
right,
a
who's
mental
trying to
note
crack-
to kill Dob.
Everyone who's trying to crack the code, make me a, I want to say, Arcana, History. Choose
Yes.
choose between those two.
I
whichever
choose
you-
Arcana.
Cool.
Oh, that's a 20. Just. Crit. Crit. 20 plus
Intelligence, right?
proficiency of...
Yeah, potentially.
Actually got a 15. That's not bad.
Right.
Oh.
Egbert, you sort of peer at the wall. You assume you're not going to be able to make any sense of it, but actually, slowly as you look, it's like a magic eye. Some of the numbers start to resolve themselves into some kind of pattern. And as you turn and say, "Hey, everyone, I think there's a..." Prudence shoulders you out the way. Out of the way.
Side.
I have
Aside,
spotted the
Lucius.
numbers 80085, which is pretty funny.
Well done.
Fuddle Stuff sees you point them out and is absolutely cracking up, busting,
This guy gets it.
rolling around on the floor. Prudence,
Yes.
you look at the numbers.
Yes.
Immediately they order themselves,
Good.
as if called to your dark whim. And immediately
Numbers.
you perceive that within
Numbers.
the algebraic code there is in fact a map.
Whoa.
A map that seems to lead through a twisty-turny path.
Great. I transcribed the map into my adventurer's notebook.
There-
Similar.
Yeah, that's right. It's a kind of dense square full of squiggles
Okay.
that leads into the center of the maze, where there is the algebraic symbol F, you assume for form.
Oh. Now,
just-
Sigmund.
Yes?
Sorry, were you going to say anything before I interrupted you?
No? Yes, but now you have to talk to Sigmund.
Sigmund,
Yes?
were you singing something about a mino-calculator?
Oh, the mino-calculator. Yes.
Mino-calculator.
The mino-calculator of the maze. Yes. Yes. Yes, I was. Yes.
Well, what of it, Sigmund?
Oh, well, only that we must pass it if we are to reach the center of the maze. That's all.
And where is it? Just roaming? Free roaming? Does it have a patrol route?
A patrol route? No.
Yeah, look at this map. Where is it?
Oh, gosh. Oh. Ooh. Well, it's there, by the big M. There's a big M.
Oh, I see, yeah.
There's a big M. It's kind of just in front of the large F.
Okay. No further questions.
Well done for cracking the code, though. Most people don't manage it. And
Good at maths.
he points to a corner that's just stacked high with skeletons.
Idiots. Can't even do maths.
I check their notebooks. One of them has written 8008. Damn.
You want to lead the way then, Prudence?
Yeah, okay, cool.
As the map holder.
What was that about a Minotaur?
There's the mino-calculator.
The Mino brackets calculator.
Probably works better written down.
Is it some kind
It's a
of...
very good name.
Okay.
So what is it, like a math monster? Some kind of
What an apt description.
half bull, half maths?
Half man, half maths. No bull.
Yeah.
Half bull, half maths, half terror.
That's
You must-
150%.
Yeah. It's also only half terror. That's not that scary.
You must beware the mino-calculator and survive its challenge if you wish to acquire the form which you seek.
Do we want to acquire this form? Then we have to do taxes.
No.
The
If you
form
acquire...
is to delay.
Delay.
And then we would do
God.
taxes.
I'll explain it to you again, Corazon.
No.
A lengthy explanation takes place.
I storm off into the labyrinth wildly.
Okay. Corazon, you storm off into the labyrinth. Cool. Whatever was everyone else doing?
We're going the other way because that's the wrong way.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
I storm out of the labyrinth.
Whoa!
No.
Make me a wisdom perception check. Let's see.
14.
All right. Yeah. You storm off. Quickly realize, oh wait, Prudence has the map, and turn back, but not before. Now that you're away from the party and the bickering that always goes with the party, you can hear something new. It's a kind of distant, echoing, kind of snorting sound with kind of a sort of thudding
God.
like that, and a kind of metallic clanking.
Sounds like more than half terror.
That's the strong impression you get as you hurry back.
Oh boy, okay, all right. I can hear that minor calculator out there. Sounds like bad news. Well, I guess if we want this form. And apparently we do, so let's go.
If you want a 10-day extension on your audit,
That's yes.
10 days.
that's enough time for Dob to come back and have to deal with it himself.
All right.
Oh, this way.
All right.
Follow me.
Let's go, says Fuddlestuff. Everybody follows Prudence. You wend your way through the maze. Quickly, you realize that it's a good job that you cracked the code on the wall, because this maze is full not only of wrong turns and dead ends, but also deadly traps. You can see little holes in the wall that when you get a little bit closer, you can see the sort of tip of a poison blow dart just waiting to be launched into an unsuspecting adventurer. Skeletons litter the ground and kind of every corner. They're kind of like draped in despair like this up against the wall, most of them, as if they've been clawing their way out. Some of them appear to have been stamped into just bone fragments. But as you get further into the labyrinth, there are fewer and fewer skeletons because not a lot of adventurers made it this far. And eventually, when you've been journeying in a roundabout way into the center of the maze for a few minutes, you turn a corner, and
They really wanted that 10-day extension on their tax form.
yeah, they didn't want to be audited. Yeah. And as you turn the corner, you get your first look at what Fuddlestuff was talking about, the mino-calculator. And boy, do you wish you hadn't seen it. This thing is up to the ceiling. It's a kind of huge clockwork bull man. It appears to be sort of dormant. Its eyes are sort of covered with stone. In each of its massive hands is a huge stone great axe, and it's covered with thick stone plate armor. But you haven't disturbed it, and Fuddlestuff says, "There it is! No! There's the mino-calculator I was
Seize
telling
the
you about." Like that. But not in time, unfortunately. The eye, I'm making that noise a lot. That's the theme noise. Yeah, that clang, 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 clang. The eyes reveal like little dials, and this swivels around to you, snorts, and stands up, filling the passageway in front of you. You notice that embedded in its chest is a counter with the number 5 on it. And as steam hisses out of its nose, it says in a metallic roar,
Prepare for stage 1 testing.
So I turn to the gnome, to Fuddlestuff, and I say, so sorry, what's the test here exactly?
the test.
Yes.
Well, it's a mino-calculator.
Yes, no, I got the pun. Yeah, it's very, very clever. Well done.
Did you know I had a hand in coming up with it? It was a group effort.
Yes, no, I'm sure it was very good. But what,
Yes. I came up with the Minotaur bit,
Right, yes, because of the bull.
because
yeah.
it's a Minotaur.
Yes, no, I understand that, but...
And then Bethany, who works with me, she said because it's got a calculator in it, and because the test is one of arithmetic, it should be called a mino-calculator. And we all just fell about.
I choked the gnome unconscious.
Yeah, no need to roll for that. He's unconscious now. The mino-calculator speaks again. And as it speaks this time, 4 blue lights appear beneath that counter, the 5 counter. Bing, 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 bing. And that 5-second counter begins to tick down as it bellows, and audience, feel free to help with this.
Speak the correct solution.
Wait. You need to help with a much harder bit. If only you had to count down from 5. This is the countdown.
Speak the correct solution.
5.
19 plus 18.
37.
Dong! And a blue light turns green. Bing! Like that.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. And if we fight this thing, I promise to add my extra attack.
I strut out of the room confident I've beaten.
With a stone great axe, dong, comes down, barring your way.
Okay.
Like that. It sort of shaves a few of the buttons off of your self. The counter resets. Tick, 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 tick.
25 times 11.
205. 275.
I believe I heard 275.
Yes, you definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Second blue light.
Egbert's just in awe of all the maths that's going on.
The mino-calculator, its dial eyes spin round a little bit as it comes up with the next randomized calculation, and it goes,
87 minus 133.
I heard minus 46.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wow. You got lucky there. Bing. The third blue light goes on.
This is so traumatizing.
Yeah, it really is.
Johnny, how could you do this to us?
I may have made a small tweak to Johnny's final. All right.
Okay.
There's one blue light remaining, and the mino-calculator fixes you all with a steely gaze. The counter resets, and everyone gets ready to maths as hard as they possibly can.
Heck yeah.
This mino-calculator, we're doing all the calculating. So it's not really calculating, is it? It's just offering questions.
Yeah, he's right.
You
Let's
need
put the whole damn
a new
system on
name
trial.
for your mino-calculator.
The head turns to look at you, Egbert.
Incorrect answer.
What?
A jet of steam comes out of the Minotaur's nose. You have fire immunity, though, right? So and that probably extends to. Oh, resistance.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, roll me 4d10.
4. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That's an 8.
We're halving it.
That is a 10.
Oh, unlucky.
That's a 4.
We're halving it.
And another 4.
For a total of. And when half.
Worse. I was trying to get out of the dragons.
All right, and when half that is.
13.
Yeah, 13.
All right. A jet of boiling steam.
Cool.
Washes over you, Egbert. It's not very nice, but
No.
it's nothing you can't handle.
Okay.
Corazon, you edge back in. The mino-calculator, the head swivels back to center.
I really need to avoid a fight with this thing.
The counter resets for a final time and begins to tick down as the mino-calculator says,
62 billion minus 1.
Well, 61,999,999.
I think I heard 62,999,999,999.
Oh, you said billion. I heard million.
The final light.
Enunciate, mino-calculator.
Yeah, minor calculator.
The mino-calculator goes,
Sorry, I've been meaning to work on that. I don't talk to many people. It's awful lonely down here.
And the final light goes, ding. The mino-calculator looks at the light sadly and goes,
Duty calls.
as the lights wink out one by one, one of the great axes that the mino-calculator is holding just crumbles into dust. And that stone armor that it was wearing also dissolves, revealing its sort of half matted fur, half steam clockwork, sort of underbelly. And it raises that remaining stone great axe. And I think at this point we all roll for initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh wow, mino-calculator is so good and strong.
10 for me.
Ooh, 22.
30.
Very good.
Cool.
20.
What did you get, sorry, Merylwyn? 22.
22.
Nice.
Also, I realised I still said that number as a duck.
Oh. Did you think that being a duck would give you an advantage on the maths stuff, or?
No.
Ducks have incredible reaction speed. That's why she got such a high initiative.
Okay, combat has been initiated with the mino-calculator, now weakened thanks to your and the audience's incredible mathematical prowess. Well done, everyone.
Hooray!
Right, Merylwyn, you're up first. What do? This thing is sort of winding up an enormous axe attack.
Okay, I'm going to channel Dob, okay? And as a duck, I'm going to fly up and try and poop in its eyes.
What would
Wow.
Bob do?
It's like he's in the room. Yeah, brilliant. I suppose make me a flying pooping check. Let's call that, I want to say, no, Constitution, because you're trying to poop, right?
Wow.
Well,
Let's just, yeah.
Okay, that's a 17.
That'll do it. That'll do it. Yep. With a sort of rush of feathers, Merylwyn in duck form sort of flies up to the mino-calculator's eyes and just you park yourself
Yeah.
right on its eye sockets.
no.
And is there a noise or?
Do you want us to look away, or?
Yeah, I'm like,
With one wing.
can't go, anyone's watching.
Opens the newspaper and settles in. Let me just step outside the bit for a second. John Marston from Red Dead Redemption is here, Ellen. If he hears this, he's going to think we're weird.
Oh, well.
I don't know, Dutch.
Have you seen the horses in that game?
Now, hold on, fellas. Sounds like someone's talking about pooping in the monitor's eyes.
Sorry, Arthur. Sorry, John.
Yeah, so with a noise, use your imaginations, that's what we're all doing. You void yourself into the Minotaur's inner workings. The eyes, the kind of cogs, spin around in panic and are sort of gummed up and jammed, and it roars, obviously, in agony. Why was it programmed to feel pain, it wonders? And goes, sort of thrashes around, it swings its great axe into the walls, kind of bashing away destructible scenery, and is blinded. Brilliant. Corazon, you're up next.
Okay,
You want to poop on it anyway?
yeah, I would like to acrobatically poop into its eyes again. No. Is there like, I want to find where the sort of the main gears are. Is there a panel on the back, a panel on the front?
Make me let's do a quick perception check, I'd say. It's not going to be too tricky. You are getting a good view of all of it because it's thrashing wildly.
19.
19, okay, yeah. You see on the back, actually, there's a set of very vital looking gears. There's a plaque, a small plaque that your keen eyes can read that says, "Do not interfere with, these bits are really important to the workings of the mino-calculator."
Great. I would like to pick up the unconscious gnome and feed him into the gears.
Wow.
Okay, sure. Well, let's see. The thing's thrashing around. You're pretty acrobatic, but you're trying to kind of like whoop up onto it, and you're holding the gnome, who obviously is unconscious, which is a mercy, I'm now realizing.
I figure it won't like completely crush him. He'll just jam it up some.
You know what? That's not up to any of us, really, is it?
It won't kill
It's
him.
either that or
It'll
use
just
grease to make it
maim
run
him.
more efficiently.
Yeah. It's in God's hands now.
I mean, it's definitely been a theme, but I feel like this is another acrobatics check. I can't think see anything that feels more appropriate. Here we go.
Okay. It's a 12.
Okay. Let's say you as the great axe sort of swings down, it is momentarily embedded in the wall. You see your chance and hop up onto the broad stone sharp blade of it and scamper nimbly up the arm and
The gnome under my arm.
with the note, yeah, with the
Doing an end zone run.
you're doing the end zone run, and you get an arm round its neck, and with the other arm you just from downtown
Yeah, windmill dunk.
windmill dunk. You
Feet
windmill
first.
feet.
Yeah,
first.
with his feet first, just in case it's survivable.
What'd you roll?
12.
That's what you're aiming to do. But unfortunately,
Oh.
in the chaos, you may have picked the gnome up the wrong way round.
Well,
Oh dear. Oh.
And Fuddles.
Didn't tell me to look away this time.
Look away, Egbert! I
Look
scream.
away, Egbert, you scream as
Sweet Egbert!
as you dunk the unconscious.
He's not for your eyes.
Yeah, Fuddle stuff. Yeah, you dunk him into the gears. Let's see what that does to his frail unconscious body.
I don't think he's going to be
Oh, okay.
unconscious very long.
Okay. That's actually not so bad. It wakes him up.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You'd think, wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Here's what everyone else can see is Fuddlestuff's legs poking out of the Minotaur like this, and those legs are going like that. The Minotaur, meanwhile, is like now blinded, also trying to sort of get at something on its back. So he's now doubly confused, I suppose, and I'm thinking about it now, has a sort of reduced mobility with the great axe, I'm thinking, because it's kind of like that.
I jump back and go, there you go, Fuddle Stuff, just like you asked. And I look at the others to see if they've been buying it.
Fuddle stuff can't hear you in there.
Yeah, no, it's not for him. It's for the others.
All right. Quick
What a brave gnome.
persuasion check.
Nah, dirty 20.
Dirty 20, yeah. You're all surprised that Fuddle stuff asked for that. Because it seems pretty fatal.
But I have no reason not to believe Corazon. So, what a brave.
Huffle stuff is next, but I think we're going to skip his turn. Oh, okay. The mino-calculator is next. Right. Let's add some disadvantage to this, but I guess, Corazon, it sounds like you're probably closest.
Oh, damn, my bonus action.
Having
All right,
just
fair enough.
Backflip back. Yeah, that great axe is going to come swinging around, and it is going to do its darndest to hit you with it real hard. Okay. What's your armor class?
15.
That's a connect. What's that? Let's roll a why don't you roll a damage? Roll 2d12s.
You roll damage.
All right. But you won't like it. Oh, that's just a 1. And that's an 11, so... Yeah, so... 12. Okay, yeah, so 12 plus 4 is...
But it didn't use its jet of steam attack on you there. That would have been really bad.
Corazon, you are hit by this great axe and flung bodily and painfully.
I think you mean you uncannily dodge the, the great axe attack.
And remind me what Uncanny Dodge does?
It halves the attack's damage.
It
against-
halves the attack's damage. So, boom, instead of taking 16 damage, you only take 8. And you spring back and go, aha, Uncanny Dodge does it again. And on the way back, the great axe just hits you donk, for 1 extra damage. Cool. Prudence. Say again.
Yeah, it was 11 plus 1, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, take less damage.
I'm on to you.
Write down on your sheet, I take less damage,
Oh,
actually.
all the Oxventures die, and then Dobb's the only character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who can say? Prudence, you're up.
All right, you mentioned that when the stone armor came off the mino-calculator,
Yes.
there were organic parts, like there were furry,
Yeah, that's right.
parts. Whereabouts? Like I size up the mino-calculator for weak points.
The joints, mainly, is where the organic stuff is, because as yet, Geth's engineers have not created a mechanism as perfect as the Minotaur. So all of the kind of moving parts,
Okay.
elbows, wrists, knees, hips, shoulders, are all fur and bone and meat.
Huh. Okay, and nothing glowing per se.
Well, there's a gnome sticking out of the glowing bit.
There's a what?
A gnome.
I already gnomed up the
Oh,
glowing.
already
glowing
gnomed
bit,
up the
right,
glowing
okay,
bit,
we
yeah.
get one glowing bit, and it's already got a gnome all jammed up.
You're welcome.
There's a gnome all gummed up in the gears in there.
Okay, fine. Well, let's not mess with the classic. I cast a twin beam Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
It's let's go for its. Say it's got leg joints, right?
Yep.
Right, one of its leg joints.
You're kneecapping it with Eldritch
Yeah, I'm going to
Blast.
kneecap it.
That's
But
cool.
both beams into one kneecap. I'm not spreading my bets.
You're not a monster.
I am a monster. That's why we're going to take out this kneecap.
Okay, yeah.
Roll for it.
Roll for it.
All right, I'm going to roll for it.
The
Oh, wait.
I'll tell you the armor class you're looking to beat
Well, I'll tell
is
you.
a whopping 15.
Okay, well, that's just as well, because that was a 17. And for the other was a 27.
Wow.
17.
Okay,
On
brilliant.
my, oops, excuse me.
No, that's actually the exact correct noise
Yeah.
as you bring both hands together for a focused, double,
Crackling,
agonizing blast.
lancing blast of agonizing blast, add the charisma, to its kneecap.
Straight to this blinded, lonely Minotaur. Brilliant.
Yeah. Like an Eldritch Iron Man. I'm like,
Yes, excellent. Roll me the damage.
all right, I will. God. Blank. What's a D10, isn't it? Yeah.
How you doing, Egbert?
I know my spells.
Is it my turn?
Not yet.
No, but not yet.
Mike's woken up, everyone.
All right. So,
Trying to work out how I can hide from this thing.
yeah.
You've got loads
Can I
of.
borrow a D10?
You've got a big shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've got 37 hit points.
That's loads of hit points.
I think you just rolled a 10 on one.
Not as loads as 63.
I think you should charge it.
Okay, well,
No!
it was 15 and a 6.
Cool.
15, 6.
15, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Not only have you exploded this, kind of cogs, but also bone
Kind of a
shards.
juicy explosion.
Juicy.
Also metal shards.
Yeah, it's kind of satisfying. The Eldritch Blast goes into the kneecap, and it sort of swells in a bubbling way for a minute, and then pops, and the mino-calculator goes, and is down on one knee. Egbert, you're next.
Can I roll to not look at that?
No, you must look.
So unpleasant.
Did you say bits of its like brain were exposed and stuff?
No. but sure.
I thought you said there were bits of like
Fur.
yeah, fur around its head.
Earlier on, when you mentioned it had a peanut allergy. I've got something for this.
Around its head, in fact, because it did have some stone armor.
Right.
Just beneath its two fearsome horns.
Yeah.
There is a kind of exposed clockwork.
That's what I thought you said. Yeah, can I breathe some fire into that hole?
I
Yes.
think I'm still on his head as a duck.
Sorry, I'll go around the back.
I think.
Okay, Egbert says he's going to go round the back.
It's like, hurry up in there,
Anyone
Meryl,
want
when
some
other
crispy
people need to
chicken?
use the Minotaur's head.
They're going to have crispy duck pancakes tonight. Be great.
Okay, cool.
Fine, a focused jet of flame directly into the cavity, the brain cavity, will be fine.
Yeah, like we never blowtorch and you sort of just
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
focus it.
It is more of a cone, but as I imagine it, there's the head, and then on the other side of the cone is Merylwen. So actually, Merylwen will be fine unless you destroy the head. So
Got it.
That's what we're trying to find out, I think.
The risk I'm prepared to take.
Cool. Let's just see if you can get up there. Obviously, this thing is not too hard to clamber up on now that it's in such agony. But yeah, just make me a strength. Just make me a strength athletics check to get
Okay.
up the thing, and just don't whiff it.
Okay, that's a good noise.
A 3 plus 4 is a 7.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, 5 was the number I had in my mind. Yeah, in a sort of swift bound, you boing, boing, boing up onto it, and swing round to the back of it. So you're now kind of clamped onto the back of its shoulders.
Yep.
Beneath you, little gnome legs, so frantically wiggling.
Yep.
In front of you is the back of the head. On the other side of the head is a little duck with its eyes going real wide. And we're firing off.
Yes, the breath weapon.
Breath
It is a 15-foot cone. It's a dex saving throw.
A dex saving throw. Okay.
Yes.
What's your damage on that?
3d6 on a failed save, half as much on success.
Cool. Yeah, roll me that then.
Sorry. That's a 6, 4, and another 4. So
Okay.
14.
Brilliant. Because this is so point blank, I'm going to do a roll, and I'll do it in the open, and this will just be whether the head melts down to nothing. Okay?
Oh,
Prudence?
okay.
Do you want to roll it? I feel like I shouldn't be responsible.
Okay. 11.
11! That's more than 10. Cool. That's for head strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right,
good,
okay.
right.
Could have gone either way.
The intense heat of the breath weapon kind of melts and fuses this poor Minotaur's head into sort of one solid poopy lump.
Nice.
Oh.
I tell myself somehow I'm putting it out of its misery.
Yes, but the evidence would suggest otherwise because man is it screaming.
Oh no.
But Merylwen, you feel that as it starts to heat up, you're able to kind of flat back and you avoid any damage. And Merylwen, we are back to your turn. Will you put this thing out of its misery?
Yes, I turn back into myself. Hello. We all forget what I did. Okay, we never speak of it again.
Got it.
Speak of what?
No one's going to want to speak of any of what's happening.
Thank you.
Is that how you want to use your turn, telling everyone not to think about what you just did?
No one tell anyone. And what I would like to do is to try and put this poor thing out of its misery, and I would like to conjure a flame blade and strike it quickly through the
Okay,
heart.
Quickly through the
Is
heart.
that where the gnome is?
No, the gnome's a little bit below it. The gnome's like in the stomachy bit, right?
Well, the gnome's in the back, right in the middle. So.
Yeah.
In the middle, and so I'm going for the, I'm going for the top,
Are you kind of driving it in a sort of downward kind
in
of
an
way?
upward way.
Oh, upward.
Oh,
Right.
I mean, you could do 2 putting out of miseries in one go.
Wait, I'm still on the back of the head, right?
I tell you what,
Everyone get off the Minotaur.
just roll it and then we'll see. Cool. You're definitely going to hit it, but
But who else are you gonna hit?
yeah, let's just roll to see.
Okay, so what kind of a...
Let's make it a strength athletics check, and anything over a 10, and you can direct this however you want.
13.
Okay.
So I'd like to go, and I
Diagonally upwards, please.
diagonally upwards,
Yeah.
right? And I managed to go in between Egbert's arm and his torso. So like just managed to avoid him. while
It's
he's
on
right
fire.
there.
That still sounds quite
Yeah.
painful.
That's where the vestigial wings are.
You've got
Well-
fire resistance. It's fine. It's quite a big machine and it's quite a small fire blade.
Fine.
It's small but mighty, and it just a tiny little bit comes out. You might see a little bit of like
Yeah.
come out.
One of Egbert's vestigial wings is just punctured a bit. So, yeah, there's just a little tear in that now. Yeah, but you do manage to expertly thread the needle. Funk, as you slide in this flame blade, you feel the innards melting, and the mino-calculator gives one last... And its eyes are all sort of melted shut with poo now, but you can still see a sort of light go out of it. It does, however, have one last little bit of payback, and that is a reaction that the Minotaur Living Crystal statue has called Flying Shards. In response to being hit with a melee weapon attack, the statue deals 11 piercing damage to the attacker. This is basically stone chips and bits of metal firing back. You've got little cogs and springs stuck in your face.
Is a gnome a melee weapon?
What a great question.
Pass me the guide.
Because I would have seen it happen before.
No.
I would have made it different. I believe.
Unfortunately not. It's, you know what, email wizards, it's not. Yeah, so you have little bits of cog and stuff embedded in your eye, but yeah, to the tune of 11 piercing damage. But this thing clunks to the ground. The little legs wiggling, huddle stuff eventually sort of.
Well, yeah, I'd like to grab him by the legs and yank him out of the back of
Oh,
the...
okay. I was going to let him sort of maneuver himself comfortably out, but he's getting yanked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes back with like basically all the skin he needs. Yeah.
It's less than you'd think.
Yeah, sobered up now.
Well, Fuddle Stuff, we managed to keep you safe. Don't worry, that's just the kind of guild we are, making sure that you are out of harm's way when that terrifying Minotaur attacked.
Well,
No need for words, Fuddle Stuff, I say, clapping him on a skin-covered section of back.
that's the Corazon aftercare we've come to expect. Well, the form's just there, so...
Right.
Indeed, a piece of paper is on a stone plinth.
Suspicious, I say, and check it for traps.
There are no traps. You roll to see if there are traps, and you do it correctly, and there aren't any. He said, looking at the time.
All right, fine. Get the form then and have it.
You get the form. Presumably, you all sign it.
Wait.
Whoa,
I don't
whoa.
sign anything that I haven't read.
Yeah.
This just needs a signature from the treasurer.
Read
All right.
it out verbatim.
Someone who can read this.
All of it.
I read
Next
it
20
quickly,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything that's like signing away our souls? Or
No,
anything?
no. It is more or less what it specified that you wish to delay your audit by 10 days for reason of significant party unavailable for interview, which is Dom.
Yeah,
So.
I sign it, and I'll take that one.
Brilliant.
I'll take that one for the team, guys. Forms.
Fuddle stuff sort of picking himself off the ground. Says, well, all that remains now is to just hand it in. And he sort of, with shaky hand, hits a lever on the side of the wall, and the back of the labyrinth just falls down to reveal the interior of the pub that you left.
Of course, of course.
And the barmaid is there, and she says, you got a form for me?
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Oh, is this the... Right, yeah, these are actually supposed to be signed one per person, but I've got a stack of them here, so we'll just sign these. And having signed the forms...
Feed him back into the Minotaur.
Having made it Dobbs' problem for another day,
Yeah.
your adventure comes to a close.
Wait. I think Merylwen should have to roll 3 charisma persuasion checks to make sure that we forget what she did.
Yeah.
Let's see him. Who remembers the pooping? And it was memorable, so beat an 18 on each of these.
Nope.
Prudence remembers.
I remember. Boy, I remember. I wish I didn't.
Or two.
Corazon remembers in vivid
Super.
detail.
Yeah.
Corazon sees it when he closes his eyes, I think, but
13.
13 also remembers.
Yeah.
It was memorable. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Give yourselves a huge round of applause.
Yeah. You wonderful audience. Yeah, and if John Marston, if you can hear, we've been Critical Role. That's the sort of thing we do often. It's kind of our trademark.
The pooping stuff all the time.
Yeah. But thank you so much for coming, everyone. I hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll see you again for some more adventure. Thank you so much.
Bye.